Hi, I'm Roxana Alger Geffed, and I'm very excited to be part of this Woodlawn Pope-Leighey House Makers series of videos. I was lucky enough to get to do an installation at the house on some of the iron fencing that's outside the window wells by the front doors of Woodlawn House. And I did a big installation using climbing ropes and large scale ropes, kind of a macrame, weaving in the iron railings there. And after quarantine started, I had a lot of those materials left over, and I read a news item about people decorating their lawns using all sorts of holiday decorations. And I got excited about that idea, and I asked my son Simon if he would be willing to help me, and he was very excited about it as well. So the two of us set out to start decorating our fence with a huge variety of materials, many of which I had left over from my Woodlawn installation, and some of which were just our household decorations, holiday decorations. And the whole idea was just to do something that felt festive, kind of try to communicate that in a time when we were not feeling able to really communicate with the people around us. So I'm going to show you a little bit about one of the pieces that I made for the Woodlawn installation that I didn't end up using, but I'll do a little sort of demo in my studio showing you how I worked on that. And then I'll show you a little bit about what ended up happening with the fence installation. I'm going to show you a little bit of some of the knots that I used and how I did it. I'm not in any way a macrame expert, but my work routinely involves me using materials that I'm unfamiliar with. So I have to kind of learn at the last minute all sorts of different techniques. Okay, so as you can see, I've done a bit of it, but just for fun, I'm going to add on some more work just to make it look cool. And then I'm going to add this to my fence project at home. So I thought I would first start off by just doing some lacing work up here. So that's just kind of a simple weave going back and forth. It's sort of also similar to doing a fishtail braid if you are somebody who does that with your hair. So I'm just doing it so that the right and left kind of alternate as they go from the back around and into the middle. And then I think I'm gonna just do some half hitches here along the outsides because I like this kind of pretty bell shape that I'm getting in. It creates kind of a nice negative space here, this shape, so I don't want to loop them all together too tightly. All right. I think so one of the problems I had when I was working on the Woodlawn installation was that I would be looking for something, for a certain look, a certain shape, and then I would do it on one side, and then I would really struggle to reproduce it on the other side because I would sort of make things up, and then I couldn't remember what I had done. So it definitely became more time consuming to do it that way. It's one of the troubles with working with techniques that you don't have real expertise in, is that there's a lot of sort of making things up as you go along, which is kind of the foundation of my work in general, but definitely can make things a little bit longer and less efficient. So I'm liking these loops that I'm making here, that I'm finding And I figured out a way to keep them. It's almost a variety of the version of the pretzel knot in some ways, in that, or maybe it's more like a bowline. You come from behind and then kind of weave through. Okay, I see what I did here. Okay, so I'm going to try my new made-up knot again. I'm sure this is a real knot and that everybody, you may all know exactly what it is that I'm doing, but I'm still figuring it out. There we go. Okay, I like that. It looks kind of like an eyelet on a coat. A crochet stitch. All right, cool. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to try to do that little knot again over here and on the other side. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, I'll just add this into this pretzel knot here. So here is the finished version of the knot chain that I made that will go on the fence. So here is my fence. These are the decorations that I've worked on over the last month or so with my son Simon, and you can see this is early on. We've been slowly adding things when we get a chance to. And this is what it looked like as of just a couple of days ago when I was working on it with Simon. Here's Simon doing his favorite part, which is weaving. So he picks his special colored rope and then he likes to weave it back and forth on his section of the fence. Here I am adding some knots to the last fence post, and my husband is very kindly filming. So I've added the section that I made to the fence, and here it is. Ta-da! We've gotten a lot of enthusiasm from the neighborhood, which has made us really happy. This is a message. We came out of our door one morning and found somebody had written this on the sidewalk outside our house. It was very exciting. It really felt like we were doing just what we'd hoped by doing all these decorations.